Welcome to Brilliantly British. My name is Lawrence, and today, do I have something amazingly special for you. We have revisited the Scotch egg episode we did earlier on, and come closer. These aren't sweet. These are Scotch eggs. These are salmon and quail Scotch eggs with a lemon and dill mayonnaise, all made from scratch beautifully. So, as I show you how to make it, in that chair of yours, with a cup of tea in hand, sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. My dear viewers, today's episode will entail a healthy dose of decadence in the form of these spherical beauties, which we've appropriately named Posh Scotch eggs. Perfectly cooked quail's eggs, engulfed in salmon and breadcrumbs, accompanied with a rich herb mayonnaise. These, I assure you, are well worth the effort and time, and are a significant step up from our other Scotch egg episode, which of course we recommend viewing later on. So now that we've caught your attention and have tempted your appetites, allow me to introduce the ingredients to you. For today's Brilliantly British Posh Scotch eggs, you will need some fillets of salmon, some quail eggs, chicken eggs, plain white flour, some homemade Brilliantly British breadcrumbs, which of course at one point formed a whole loaf. If you want to learn how to make that loaf, follow the link up there. Now, you will also need a lemon, some dried mustard powder or fresh mustard, any mustard of your choice will do. You will need some fresh dill, a flavorless cooking oil, rapeseed oil or sunflower oil. Either one of those will do just fine. And of course, to avoid the occurrence of bland food, my friends, you will need some pepper and some salt. That's it for the making of these Posh Scotch eggs. But for the moment, just for a second, turn your attention to your hydration. It's something you need to take care of whilst you're cooking. So, here on the Brilliantly British channel, as Brits, we recommend that you switch on your kettle, brew yourself a nice cup of hot tea so you can sip on that whilst you cook. Now, just before we cook or prepare anything at all, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. For best results, you will ideally want to cook with a deep fat fryer when you're frying your Scotch eggs. But if you don't have one, you can alternatively use a deep, heavy bottomed pot like this one here. Either one of those will give you the results you're looking for. Of course, like I said, this one will give you slightly better results. Whichever one you go for though, make sure that you don't fill them up more than halfway for safety reasons. That's it. With the advice given, now let's start cooking.
Making mayonnaise is really simple and involves first whisking your yolks with mustard powder before gradually trickling in oil without adding any more until incorporated. As more is added, the contents will begin to thicken before forming this thick, creamy sauce.
With the base of this mayonnaise made, I'll then proceed by finely chopping my dill before adding it to my mayonnaise. I'll then add in the zest from half of a lemon, along with the juice of half of a lemon. I'll now stir everything together to homogenize before finally seasoning with salt and pepper to taste. And that's it. With the mayonnaise now made, put it in your fridge, ready for later on.
To cook your quail eggs, first prepare a bowl of cold water. Then, whilst on a rolling boil, gradually tease in the eggs, leaving them to cook for a few minutes. Once cooked, transfer them immediately to a cold water bath in preparation for your next step.
To mince your salmon, roughly chop it before blending it on a very low speed for just a few seconds. You don't want to blend this too much, you still want some texture in there. After you've blended and minced your salmon, you then want to season it simply with salt and pepper. That's it. Following on, I very delicately peeled my quail's eggs off camera. To form the quail's eggs, take a portion of your salmon mince and then engulf your quail egg with the mince. You'll need a lot of time You'll need some finesse and care, but just take your time, don't rush. It's easy as long as you don't rush. And before you know it, you'll have made all of your Scotch eggs.
To coat, season the egg wash with salt and pepper, then roll in flour before egg washing and breadcrumbing. This will require a little bit of care and organisation. I'll be using a deep fat fryer, but a half-filled cast iron pot will work just as well. And so I'll now fry these cute little balls for a few minutes on each side before leaving to cool a little. Now, with all that done, I think it's high time for some
tasting. Whew! A lot of work went into these little beauties, but now is the time to taste the fruits of my labor or your labor. Let's do it. All right, I've got myself a half, some mayonnaise dolloped on top elegantly. And in 3, 2, 1. Oh. Salmon, when cooked perfectly, is just like butter. I mean, the flavor profiles going through this snack, whatever you want to call this. This is delicious. The quail's eggs are delicate, add richness, and the homemade mayonnaise adds freshness. Oh, it's beautiful. This is beautiful. This is Scotch eggs taken to the next level. I mean, I'm not saying this is something you have to make all the time, but this is something you have to make at least once in your life because it is fantastic. Please, please, please make this dish. Thank you for allowing me to show you how to make these posh Scotch eggs. If you liked this episode, of course you did. Don't forget to click the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button so that you don't miss any of our new releases. Tell everyone you know about the Brilliantly British food on this channel, and follow us on all of the social media platforms that this channel is on. And I will see you next time. So, here on the Brilliantly British, thank you all for allowing me to show you how to make lemon? Okay.